It says it's recording, so I'm going to continue. Hello there, you guys. Welcome to the corner where we talk about anime, manga, and anything in between. Today we talk about none other than one of my favorite animes I've watched, and that would be Vandred. Vandred was an interesting series. I watched it when I was a kid. Actually, I saw it on something weird. I think it was Action. I'm not too sure. I think it was on Mediacom. No, it was on Mediacom. It was on Dish. My parents had Dish around that time. Yeah. Anyways, no, they still have Dish, so they've had it for a while. Anyways, speaking of, with Vandred, there is a lot that comes to it. You realize the human race has been split up into two genders now: the female race and the male race, pretty much, making it racism. I'm not going to go into race type things. Anyways, well, this is what you learn technically, type of thing. The men are fighting an alien, the women are fighting an alien. Blah blah blah. Find out that they are fighting each other, and our hero ends up up there on the male ship with the two other male heroes. In other words, it's a gay planet with a gay planet. Best way to describe it. Girls, lesbians with each other, and guys, gays with each other. They believe that their culture will thrive like this, separation of the genders. This was their way of coping with things. You find out a lot more later on what happens, but that's all to be stated. But our hero ends up on his ship, and what happens is that the male ship and the female pirate ship that just attacked them end up fusing together after passing through a wormhole. The men become the prisoners. There were only three of the men on there: a doctor, a pilot, and the main protagonist. Well, you also see the ship of females. You see a obvious distaste for men in the female culture, and an obvious distaste for women in the men culture. It's just how they grew up. As the whole thing turns out, the main protagonist is the only one that can pilot the male's dreads. Was it dreads or was it vans? Vanguards. I think they're the vanguards. Yeah, they're vans. So he pilots the Vanguard, and then the dreads come out. Yep, that's about it. The females have dreads, and the dreads come out to help fight as well against new evil that has sprouted up. This is something that's trying to kill all humanity. Anyways, during one of the attacks, they realize that their ships actually can fuse together after the whole fusion of the ship itself. So the Vandred gets to be this fan gets to be fused with a dread. That's showing the union of men and female symbolically throughout the show. This being said, you see a bunch of great transformations between. It's one of those animes that I didn't mind was a mecha. It had a great storyline that went along with it. It told the story pretty well. It turned into one of my favorite ones because of the storyline itself. They're drifting through space. They're learning more about it. They're finding more human colonies that actually have men and women working together, and they realize that their planet is separated because of disputes between men and women, and that's why they became separate planets. But they also found out that a woman can't conceive a baby on her own. So I believe they found out on their own that they've been using men to get babies, and any men born on the woman planet would be sent over the men planet to be adopted by a pair of men. So in the end, they still needed each other, and what was going on. What actually happens, which is kind of funny, is the pilot starts to fall in love with the commander. It's been a while since I've actually watched Vandred, so I'm sorry I don't have any names at this point in time. But if you watch it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The pilot, the doctor, and the hero. You know all three of them. They're the only three males in the series. It's just funny. You know who the commander is. just because of who and everything like that. So it shouldn't be hard to figure out who they are. Alien girl. Then they got, which I actually like the most, blue hair girl, and I can't remember her name at the moment, but the badass girl, and then this slut. Best way to describe her. I'm sorry. She's not a slut. She's just very open about what she wants. I guess is what it is. These three are the people. Those three girls are the ones that actually fuse with the main hero, and they build relationships off each other. And we all throughout it, you already knew that Alien was going to get with Alien girl was going to get with the hero, but it made me really want him to get with the badass girl. She was really awesome. I mean, the alien girl was a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, there's a new cooperation between men and women on the ship, and they actually start to get along and realize they're not so bad. They're not so much different from each other, and finding out that Earth was destroyed because humans could no longer procreate, and the ones that could procreate were sent off planet. Gave a bigger meaning to the storyline. It's kind of like a future that of our own society type of situation. If our society gets to that point where we can't procreate, what are we going to do? We're probably going to send people off into space to another planet, hopefully to make it so that they start to procreate and they start to actually that the different environment actually helps them with that situation. That way, because the Earth environment has become so bad that humans can't procreate anymore, is what it pretty much comes down to. They even engulf the Earth in a giant shell to help save the Earth, but and everything like that. But in turn, it causes more of a hassle, and the AI that controls it goes rogue and starts trying to kill off all human life in general. So, and that's pretty much what they're fighting against now is Earth. They're fighting against their homeland. They're fighting against what they have been trying to strive for this whole time. They get back to their home planet, and with this newfound admiration towards each other and stuff like that, and then finally finding out that the commander was traitor the whole time. But the biggest thing about that is the commander himself, I should say, because the commander was a guy the whole time, not a girl, actually liked being on that crew. He liked being there. It was his home at that point. He learned that men and women could get along, and the hero finds out through the old elders of the two planets that their planets would not be able to survive without each other. And it just goes to show what they had to do to in order to sustain a lifestyle like they were. But in the end, everything comes to that happy ending type situation, but it not without a certain cost. Then the male and female planets actually start to, the elders actually forgive each other for what had happened in the past, and those planets just start to merge with each other, men and women finally working together again after so long. And most people wouldn't think of it like that, and would go on about how they can be without the opposite sex with all they want, and as long as they have a partner, yes, you can easily do that. This show doesn't disprove that. It actually proves even more that you can, but you can't do what would normally be something that needs to happen, and that's procreate. That's continue on the human race and stuff like that if need be. So it showed that. It showed the cooperation that men and women can actually have for each other, the admiration they can easily get for each other, and the respect on hand. these got that was pretty much towards the ending of it, was pretty much the realization on how things turned out and stuff like that. Just because, and it really makes you think it really does make you think. This anime really does, about life and how similar it is to right now. How people want to distrust the other, and I guess it really kind of hits home when you watch this. It really does. If you ever want to watch something that will make you think, that will get you to understand that there's always a second side to a story, to get you to understand that yes, you can have an attraction for the same sex without a problem, but when it really comes down to it, it really isn't much of a choice who you like. You can like a man, you can like a woman, you can like a transsexual. It doesn't matter. You like who you want to like. And I think that's the main reason for this anime, is to show you'll like who you want to like in the end. And you can't stop. And nothing can really stop you from doing that. Nothing can really derive you from that. You can be told that it's wrong to like that person. I like the same sex or not. And it's not going to change it. So I do highly suggest it. It gives a moral compass. It's a moral show that really brings to heart the biggest thing that's been going on in the world today. So yeah, but I didn't really talk. I talked more about the meaning of the show than the actual show itself, it seems. But the show is pretty good. It's one of my favorites for a reason, and if you can get not pay attention to the ecchi moments and stuff like that, and you just watch it seriously, laugh when the ecchi moments happen, and just roll with the punches, I can guarantee you this will be probably one of your favorites as well. It just had that good of a storyline. It had that good of a progression. It just had something that some animes just don't have today, and I must say, it really does give. I can't go on from that. I'm sorry. I'm trying. It's not working, and I feel like I'm going around in a circle, and I probably have for the last 5 minutes. Seriously, watch it. It's a good one. Anyways, like, share, and comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. I mean, I've been doing a lot of these so far, and feedback is appreciated. Sooner or later, I will have a beginning. Sooner or later, I'll have an end. I'm working on it. It's not going to be done in a week or a month, but you know, I am working on something. I am trying to get something together for a beginning. I'm trying to get something together for an end. I want to make this look as professional as possible, and maybe try to get a little bit of music while I'm talking or something. So whenever I go quiet, like, at least you hear the music. Alright, but seriously though, until the next video, I hope you have a great day and have a fun one as well.